What's going on, creatives? So we're here again with another episode of Grids and Guides, where we're here to give you grids and guides of being a creative and working within the creative industry. Here with the man,
your favourite, Vince.
We've also got a guest, someone who's normally behind the camera while we're shooting the Grids and Guides episodes and been with us through this journey while we've been at the collab space. So I'd like to introduce Theodore Hoffman, entrepreneur, to the space. Yeah, so welcome, Theo.
Much appreciated, man. It's been good seeing you guys thrive and do your thing in it. So yeah, man, it's solid.
You've been a big part of this whole process for us, you get me? So it's like a pay and homage episode.
For
Pay and
real?
homage. We couldn't have done a lot of this without you get me? So yeah, man, it's time for you to get your flowers, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, the idea wouldn't have come if you wasn't here in it. So Grids and Guides, like I said, there isn't many designers or any designers that have a podcast. But yeah, it's sick seeing you guys do you and just bring more of your characters to the table and bring more guests to the table. So yes, it's solid, man.
We're trying, man.
Appreciate
we're trying, and we're doing, I should say. We're doing. But yeah, so for the people that don't know who you are, would you like to give us a bit of your backstory? Where did you go to college or school? How did you learn? How did you get into?
Okay. Yeah, so my name's Theodore Hoffman, and I'm a creative and entrepreneur, but started off always as a creative. You did say college. I went to Dudley Monzil College. Believe it or not, I did like musical theatre and I did like acting. Always wanted to be like a Will Smith.
Yeah.
Kept that quiet.
But yeah, I never really talked about that, to be honest. But so it's just always been a people's person, being able to turn character on. But I feel like that has helped me also in business and being a content creator, because sometimes you got to switch it on when you don't feel like, or you got to bring up your energy. Even like networking. I've heard you talk about networking on some podcasts. Sometimes you got to keep all that energy and show that persona in order to be in specific rooms. So yeah, that's where a bit about me in terms of like where I probably gained a lot of creativity from, and it's kind of brought up in my whole journey. In terms of what I'm doing now currently, so I own a tech company called Cut My Garden. It's an online marketplace and AI garden assistant. And yeah, the app is literally finishing. It's getting deployed next week. So I'm super excited about that. Got a bit of a team. And yeah, just from cameras to design. I'm just kind of excited to just have a good conversation with you guys, to be honest, about
For real?
design and business and and the journey, like, in it.
But before we jump onto that, obviously you said that you went to college to do performing arts, theatre.
Yeah.
What made you choose to, was there anyone around you that you saw that you wanted to go into theatre, or?
To be honest, it was just like going straight out of school. I was just like, what to do in it, and I always thought film, being an actor, X, Y, and Z, and I did all the years there. Got everything from it. It was really good, to be honest. But I feel like I learned so much about how to present in front of people and talk to people a lot more better. Where when, for example, I did a lot of events, and then I moved to Manchester.
Okay.
And when I moved to Manchester, I worked for a company called The Gate Films, and I did some sales work as well. And I believe that combination of grit and determination from the sales job and being able to present yourself correctly really taught me a lot about business and how to present. But then also going to work with The Gate Films, which is a mad story on how I got to that point. It taught me a lot about film, and then I went to Wolverhampton University and did my first year in film and production, and I dropped out, and that's when I went to Manchester, and I said, I'm going to learn how to do this thing myself. I don't need to go. Because I felt like I learned basic stuff in it, and then when I dropped out, that's when I went to Manchester, and I realised I was getting the big boy work where I could have been just sitting down in a room. But in me, I'm a person of action. Let's go. Let's do it. We're going to fuck up on the way, but we're going to learn how to get better over time. And then within the first year, I started doing Tresemme adverts, Spider-Man toy adverts with the Gate Films, and it's a massive production company.
So that built up your portfolio then
straight away.
So would you say that's just because you've ventured to a new city and networked, or would you say through the company that you was working with, you was getting them opportunities? Do you know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I'll tell you a bit of the story of how I actually got to that point. It's mad. I just left home. I left uni, and then I just got myself a sales job. And I was living rough in Manchester for like my very first week, doing sales, knocking doors, and just like saying, yo, gas and electric, Empower, you know, I got a deal type thing. But before all that, I actually looked on loads of different companies that I could potentially work for. And there was this company called The Gate Films, and The Gate Films is like really well known, big company in it. And in the sales job, I was just knocking on doors, and then I knew the guy already because I'd done my research, but I didn't know that he lived there in it. So I just knocked on the guy's door, and he was just like, I was like, hey, you're right, yeah, cool guy. And he's like, yeah, what do you want? I'm like, gas and electric, boom, boom, boom. I was like, so what's your name? And he was like, oh, my name's Blue Durant. And then I was like, forget this job. So you hold on, what's your name? Blue Durant? I was like, oh, okay, cool. Do you own you're one of the founders of The Gate Films, right? Yeah. And he's just like, how am I asking him questions about him? And I'm like a guy selling him gas and electric, innit?
How does this guy know so much about me?
Yeah. So at that point, I was like, listen, I'll come work for you tomorrow. I need work. And I want to, this is what you do is my type of work. And you can call it fate. You can call it what you want to call it. It's meant to happen, manifestation. But I do believe in it fully. And then I just started doing some work for him, and then all of a sudden I was doing like some running work, and then I became like a second AD on a few projects and got paid some serious money and lots of opportunity. And then from that point, I was like,
this is me.
Yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
So to get to that point, you took calculated risks, and you also, ventured into opportunities, but you didn't stop. You kept going. I'm trying to say. So therefore, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. You get me? So
you have
that's
to.
A classic example. You get me?
You have to take them opportunities. You've got to know what you want first as well. Like, I know that some people might not know exactly what you want. I think with the world right now, like the internet has a lot of people's minds, and they can become very distracted, and people don't use their imagination as much. But as creatives, we use that imagination when having to create things for people. But that also leaks over into your life and what you want in it. So if you can sit down and be conscious with yourself for at least like 10-15 minutes and say like, listen, this is what I want, this is what it's going to look like, this is the environment, and then you stick to talking to yourself about that, eventually the opportunities ahead will put you in that scenario. But you've got to be able to visualize and then manifest by acting, but not just manifest by sitting down in it, because sitting down don't get you nowhere.
And I think that's what a lot of people sometimes they miss that factor. Yes, you can think about everything you want to manifest and write it down, but you have to do something towards what you actually want to do. It's not just going to come to you like that.
Exactly. 100%.
You have to be, taking some action.
100%. It's like you guys are putting out your posts, you guys are putting out the podcast, you guys are getting sponsors, and the more that you put in, the more you're going to get out of it, the more that people are going to see you. So I believe in just brute force, just going through it. And then sometimes brute force can't do anything. Sometimes you got to just let it go as well, because sometimes you can force it and that will slow the progress.
Yeah.
But if you just stop and just reevaluate or just pause for a bit, sometimes it just needs a bit of time for it to be in the ether.
Yeah, I agree. Create a structure and just keep it going, you get me? I'm glad you mentioned the sponsors, because I hadn't even said it yet. Big up our sponsors for this episode today. Jenna's Kitchen, they've kindly gave us some of their products. It's just to advertise their brand as well. They've got Jenna Juice. You can get this from certain stores, and you can order it online as well. So for those who want to advertise their business, anything that you've got, just message us on the email that you'll see underneath, on the screen now. And you can advertise your products on our table, you get me? But yeah, you did mention
two secs. I'm not paid to say that this is nice. And it tastes banging. It tastes well nice. I'm not even gonna lie. And yeah, man, come and support the guys. Sponsor, help out local business, and yeah, man, just being a part of this community, the Grids and Guides community.
Serious, but yeah, I know you noticed. Well, I noticed you said you worked with Tresemme, like and was it Spider-Man? You said
Spider-Man Toyota.
What would you say is like the biggest kind of client, or anything that you've been a part of through your I'm saying.
So and even though like saying Tresemme and Spider-Man toy advert, I'd say like it was a cool opportunity, but I'd say the main thing is when I moved more from like the production to creating a marketing agency. And those that know me for I do marketing for people and companies and stuff like that. And it was a company called Jaguar Land Rover, Sitna, the Sitna Group. They had a campaign to get engineers on board, and we had to create a campaign. And I feel like that was by far the best company that I had worked for. But over time, as people, it was good initially, and it was good working with them, don't get me wrong, but then there's just something about working with smaller companies that are more agile that is better as well, and you can get to be a bit more creative.
Do you think that's because you've learned things from a big company and you know how you can make a smaller company bigger? You know what I'm saying?
I would say yes and no, but the reason why I say what I say like that is because the agility of a startup, they're not afraid to take chance on design and being creative, where larger companies are, and they want to keep face.
Oh, because they've got like a reputation on it.
Yeah, their reputation.
Where smaller companies trying to build.
Yeah, they're trying to build, so they can take risk in order to grow. But even the larger companies can take risk in order to grow, but a lot of them are afraid of that because of social media and the culture.
Don't want the backlash.
You know what? I saw something recently. Oh, not recently. It was probably about a year ago, to be honest. But that's recent enough. You see, like supermarkets like Aldi and Lidl. Yeah. There was a day where all of them, Tesco, Asda, they was all tweeting each other.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it. I need to find it and put it on the screen because it was funny. I didn't expect them to do it though. You know when you see they come out of character.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had character. Like stores had characters. You know what I'm trying to say. So that just brought me onto that still.
Yeah, Coca-Cola and Pepsi always do it.
And Apple do it with Windows or something like that.
They do that. Yeah.
It's like rat beef.
Yeah, literally.
Back and forth.
I think for startups or creatives, or I think everyone right now, that if you're a creative, you're a marketing agency straight up. The reason being is you can create the content, but in order to keep an ongoing retainer, you need to be an agency. You need to work with other creatives in order to make sure that the video's done well, the digital design's done well, the scheduling of content is done well. Someone that knows locations, models. So like if you can curate that for specific industries, then you can grow. You can grow and earn money, not just be creative, but make money from being creative as well. Like,
facts.
There's a lot of creatives that make some money, but there is a lot of money out there. But it's just, I think platforms like yours and bringing more people on to teach, like, listen, do this, do that, and it will excel. Because there's a lot of creators that I know I speak to that I just see so much talent and so much quality, but it's just creative. There needs to be the business side of things as well to make that financially viable.
100%. I think that's the thing. Like, obviously, being a creative, like, yes, it is all good, and it's all fun and games, getting to do all the design side, but the business side isn't right. You're not going to be able to scale. People aren't going to come back to you because you've got no processes and, say, invoices late, and you have to have a process and think about the business side to be able to scale and get the kind of clients that you want. Or it's kind of pointless, really. Well, it's not pointless, but you're not going to get to the stage you want to get to, or the clients you want to be dealing with if you're not. And
it's all about quality as well, with being a designer and in video, and even AI. It's about quality. Like, if you're known for top quality, you'll get paid top quality. If you're known for mid-range or low range, you'll always get that. But then I think one of the things that as well that a lot of creatives lack, and don't get me wrong, I went through that as well, was being low on prices. Like, you can really up that price and people will pay for it. But people are scared to put value upon themselves, and that's what, because they've never seen that money before. Some people probably don't know what it's like to get a client to pay them $1,000 or like $1,500 or $2,000. Never mind 5-10 grand. So but it's not until you actually get it you can then say, "Oh, I value that." But it's kind of you got to know that you're worth that beforehand.
Yeah, if you don't show people you're worth, people won't pay you what you're worth.
Yeah, 100%.
And I am a victim of that sometimes. Definitely in the past. But, I watched Paid in Full back in the day, AZ, he undercut his competition, you get me, to make sure the whole block was doing well. So I kind of use that kind of analogy, put it into like what I do. So now I've got to the point where I can actually, request certain fees.
You should double, triple that price, bro.
I know. It's a work in progress, you get me.
I've had this combos in a bag of times,
Listen, I've seen somebody have high prices, less clients, but they won't get as much work. And in my head, especially starting out, I was like, you know what? I need to make sure that I've got a buzz. But that was when I had more hunger than business sense. Now I got more business sense, and I use the hunger that I had before, and I just match it. But as it goes along, we increase the price. You get me, cost of living and all that kind of stuff. You get me.
I remember the first time I got a sick designer. I paid him £700 or like $1,000 for my flyer, and I was like, "Yo,
$1,000."
Yeah. But the design was sick. Everything was custom, and when it came back, I was like happy. I couldn't complain. But it's just, and then there's some people that I've paid like 20 quid, 30 quid, and then I'm like, but it's not like that. And then I'm just like, but in everything there's swings and roundabouts. But on the flip side, you've got to always invest in yourself regardless. And I think that's another thing that in the creative space, if you're not doing that now, you'll just get eaten alive.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's true, because I feel like obviously when your prices are lower, I feel like only a certain types of clients are going to come to you.
Yeah, 100%.
When your prices are a bit higher, then it kind of cuts out people that want to mess about and less back and forth, because they know, like, okay, if I don't know what I want fully, then this is going to start mounting up cost-wise.
Yeah, but so bro, like, I just think as well, like, your time is valuable. The money you get is okay, don't get me wrong, but the reality is, as much as you're a designer, you don't necessarily want to be designing every single day of your life. Like, there's going to be loads of days you want to spend time with the kids, you want to go on holidays, you want to go and experience life, not just design in it. But in order to live that lifestyle, you need to have a decent amount of income that's going to be able to facilitate how you want to live. And a business that's scalable, so you can do what you want to do in it. Where if you're charging small and you're backed up consistently, then you'll always be on the treadmill of working, and then you'll just pay for what needs to be done and have extra money, which is okay, but you won't actually live the real lifestyle that you anticipate to have. So
true.
Yeah, it's all about.
So I always look at it, I'd rather get like, imagine just having 2 clients, you're getting like a bag from each.
Bless.
I'd rather do that, even if it's like I'm doing multiple things, but I just know, okay, I'm just doing these two clients' work, and that's it.
Bro, that's blessed. I when I very first started off, don't get me wrong, I started and I was like, I'll do it. And my first client was about, I think it was £700, £800. No, sorry, my first client was £1,000, insurance doctor.
To do what?
A company called Insurance Doctors.
Okay, was you doing marketing?
That was in Manchester, marketing. Yeah,
okay.
I'd create content and that. And then when I got that first one, I was like, I'm not doing anything less than that.
Yeah.
And then after a while of learning about feast and famine, I got to that realization that I got like 3-4 clients, and I was like, yeah, buzzing. But then you get just tired, bro. And there's only so much you can do. And then you don't get to live a lifestyle that you want to live in it. And then you end up a slave to someone else. But it's about having a good balance and being able to scale. And there's another thing that startups aren't really taught, is how to scale a business beyond yourself, which is making sure that you've got systems and processes in place that can do the job without you being there. And that's another thing that I feel like with this new project that I've got now is that's what everyone anticipates and wants to have, is the freedom in it.
Is that the tech company you said?
Yeah, Cut My Garden.
So tell us a bit more about that venture itself. Like, how did you come to put that together, and where are we currently at with it?
Okay, so where we're currently at with it now, it's at deployment next week, which I'm super happy about. It's been iterated on. So I actually launched this app about 3.5 years ago, started the business 4 years ago. And the idea kind of came from, I was listening to a Gary Vee video, and he said the future's voice, which was years ago. And in my head, I just kind of knew, I was like, Alexa would be like, yeah, hey Alexa, can you get Cut My Garden? And I thought to myself, Cut My Garden, it's a command. So it's like, that's exactly what you're going to get in it.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, let me create the app. The app was okay. I paid a team. I paid them like 6-7 grand. 6-7 grand, something like that. Probably more, to be honest, but it is what it is. You live and you learn when you're hiring people in it. It's a part of business. And then with that iteration, I went live, and I started doing gardens myself to raise that money. Like, I didn't get the money from anywhere. It was all bootstrapped. And I realised there was some good money in gardening. Some serious good money.
Every house has a garden. Well, majority
serious.
of houses have a garden. So
yeah, man, serious. Like, my first jobs, it was like, my first job was taking out some weeds, cutting the lawn and putting some new flowers in. I was charging them £1.5. I was like, bruh,
serious?
Give me more of these, bro.
Yo, I need to cut some grass.
Yeah, honestly, I swear to you, there's so much money made in that industry. It's crazy. And then I just thought to myself, yeah, it needs to be a reoccurring model. And I just thought to myself, there's got to be an Uber for gardening.
I remember you saying that when you was initially talking about it, like that was a plan.
And when I was speaking to people, and I was like, what's the best way to explain it? Uber for gardening. People got it straight away. Yeah. And then when I launched the first iteration of the app, it was good. It went to market. And when I got my first payment from that legitimized it to me. I think it was like £107, and that was through the app. And I didn't ask for that payment through the app. It just came. And I was like I was obviously telling people about it, and I was like, okay, just that is there, it's a confirmation to me. So I'm not there yet, and there was some issues with the app, but now the technology has matured where you got AI now, and I don't want to get too techie, but I've created a large language model where the camera analyzes the image and it segments the image, and then it gives you a price based on the size of your garden.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and it will tell you what's in the garden. It will tell you the shrub density, tell you the height of the lawn, and then it will calculate the price. And that price is basically going to be a competitive price based on the local area.
Okay.
But once again, it's a marketplace, and that marketplace is where loads of gardeners can come in. Clients can get their ongoing subscription, but gardeners can come in and know that their work's there and it's already paid. They've just got to turn up.
Yes.
The app provides the business processes and systems for the gardener. So instead of doing sales, it does it. Instead of doing the invoicing, it does it. Instead of clients having to ask, oh, can I get weed killer or grass seed, it's inside the app.
Okay.
Instead of the clients wondering when the gardener's coming, the gardener will hit the geofence near the property, and it will tell the client that the gardener's 5-10 minutes away, and then they can track it. Like, all of these things only matured more recently for the app compared to when I very first launched it. So I'm excited to just add those extra features that really push and sell the product even better, really.
So these gardeners, they would have their own companies, wouldn't they? But then they can use that. That can source them work. So it's like financial security, isn't it, really?
Yeah, 100%.
Similar to, like, you can either work for yourself or work for a company. When you work for a company, you've got a manager. They've got an accountant that pays every month.
Yeah.
So you're not having to handle some of these things. When you do work for yourself, you have to get all this and you're taxed on yourself. So being a company and then being a part of, you know, what you've brought with the app, they're getting a lot of things done for them, and they just have to show up and do what they got to do.
Literally.
Yeah, that's serious.
And then there's like the AI assistant in there as well, also speaks with the clients, and just helps with bookings and X, Y, and Z. But the gardener does have the chance to jump in the conversation and conversate with the client as well. So it's not that we're just saying we're just going to gatekeep everything. It's more as a collaborative, and we just take a small commission off every job that we give to you. But each job is reoccurring. So you know a garden needs to be maintained every month or every fortnight or every week. We're giving you the work so you never have to do it. Yeah. You just got to stay busy. We're keeping you busy instead of you having to go out,
look for the work,
do flyers, go and knock doors, all that type of stuff, which a lot of people in the gardening industry aren't really marketers. They're not marketers. They don't want to go and do the sales side of things. They just want to word of mouth. You heard about me. But if we can just say, here's $1,500 worth of work this week. Go and deliver on that work. We'll pay you. Done.
It's a very simple model. Like you said, it's just an Uber for gardeners. Yeah. But diving into, obviously, you've created a language for AI. So let's say someone fresh out of uni or could be in college. Yeah. What guides would you give them to learning more about AI to create languages? Like, what kind of steps would you tell them to take?
So with AI, I would say do a lot of research first, a ton of research, and AI platforms. Like, if you go to ChatGPT, it's going to help you out. If you go to Perplexity, it's going to help you out. If you go to Gemini, all these platforms are going to give you good information and pretty much very close to the information that you want. It all depends on what you want to create. That I would say is like, it all depends on what you want to create, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Because there are platforms like NAN, which is, I'm not sure. I don't want to get too techie because I don't want people to switch off. But basically, there is a platform where there's a thing called an AP. Okay, let's put it this way. Every appliance needs a socket and it has a plug. Yeah. So the socket in the wall, you have your electricity, and that electricity is ongoing constantly. And without the hole in the wall, the socket, the TV or your appliances won't work, they won't charge. What AI platforms do, like NAN, it allows you to plug an API into the socket and say like, this is my knowledge base, this is my business, and feed that information to a part of an AI tool, which says to send this here or delete or curate or just do something. It's a tool basically. And you just need to build a process and a system that allows you for the outcome that you want. But all that comes down to, what do you want out of AI? That's it. So do you want a chatbot? Do you want something that do you want an AI that can see the world and analyze things? Do you want an AI that hears music and is triggered by something? It all depends on what the use case of the AI is.
Okay. How long would you say you've been playing with AI for now?
I've used AI, I'd say probably a year and a half, and I've used it for multiple, I'd say hardcore, over a year and a half. Hardcore, like using it properly.
Do you have a favourite that you like, a preference that you like to use?
I'm not going to lie, I love like the video content creation platforms at the moment. It's mad. Like there's Sea Dancer, and basically what it does is you can take a photo or come up with a shot, and it'll come up with multiple different angles of that shot, but it will keep the proportions of the actor or actress exactly the same. So you're keeping the character continuity the same in different angles, and it's just crazy. And then obviously you got Nano Banana, as you mentioned. That makes things look
that's one of my topics I've seen. I beg you, pass me that card. That was a good little segue, because for those watching, we do look at news round section. These cars, when you see these cars come out, you know exactly what time it is. So on Instagram, I was just scrolling along one day, and I came across an article on something Google's put together called Nano Banana. It's an image generator. I saw a video that they used. It was like from a scene in Harry Potter of Hermione and Harry, and instead of doing their wands or whatever they was doing, it's changed them into doing like, I don't know, I think they had gloves on, or they was holding a weapon or something. And I was thinking, a big company is going to lose money on this, because that's like, I can't remember who directed that Harry Potter film. If anyone knows, put it in the comments. Anyways, if they've spent millions on making this film, and then someone comes along with a generator and changes the whole scene, but it's got the paid actors in there, that's mad. They must be screwing. You know what I'm trying to say?
So there is a new Netflix killer that they say.
Yeah.
It actually creates Netflix shows with AI, but basically what you can do is you can change the plot twist of a specific series, part of the series,
using AI.
That's crazy.
So you can say, you could say Bad Boys 2, but you want to incorporate this person, and I want it to end like this. This scenario has to happen, and it creates it.
Serious?
Yeah,
that's crazy. I feel like the whole world of AI.
Nah, go on. I forgot what the name of it. Go and search it on YouTube now.
So I could watch it.
Guys, stay here. Obviously, watch the podcast. But like that exists. Like that exists right now. It's getting massive funding in the US.
So you're saying it's like you could watch a film, and if you want it to end a certain way, you can just and then it changes it.
Yeah.
But you know what?
People use it for like anime shows and all X, Y, and Z as well.
You know what it is though? You see how people will watch certain films just because of the director. They'll be like, he directed this, I'm going to go watch it. You're waiting for someone to put together a story they've created, and you want to see if they've executed it the right way. If you can just change it, you're thinking it's going to ruin it.
But you're changing it.
But you know what's going to happen.
I know, but you're changing it though.
I hear it still, but I don't know.
I think with the platforms and social media, it's based on individualism in it.
Yeah.
It's all about you. That's what these platforms are created to do. As much as they're cool and entertaining, they're built to make you stay on the platform. So if they can give you what you want, as conveniently as possible, that keeps you focused on what you like. So it's just one of them.
So it keeps you on the app scrolling for longer, innit?
Exactly.
All them algorithms.
Dangerous, man.
It is. It is dangerous. It's a good thing and a bad thing, but once again, it all depends on what your goal is, what you want out of life, and just these platforms are great, but they are also distractions.
Yeah, you have to use it to your advantage, but like too much of the same things is never good for you. So as long as you use it within reason and for a purpose, then it will be, help you be successful.
100%.
I think that this is why, like we were saying before, the creative scene, like the workload that you are getting, it is dropping because a lot of people are using these AI tools to create their own work. And it's like, if you can just figure it out and try things and it's doing what you need it to do, then why not?
I think as well, though, as much as I think people see the doom and gloom in it, but I actually think that you guys as creators, even myself and just the people that are watching right now, AI it's going to take you from here to fucking there, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's not looking at it as it's going to take your job. You got to use it as it's your...
It's there to help, yeah.
It's your employee. That's how you've got to look at it. And if you use it in so many different ways, you exponentially grow faster. Like, exponentially grow faster.
I agree.
Because you're doing 10 times more output than you trying to do it by yourself. And then also, in terms of getting clients, I actually don't think businesses now have even jumped on the AI train as much as I look at it and other people have looked at it. They still need designers, but even when it gets to a point where people are giving you AI mock-ups, you still have to look at that idea and curate it.
Yeah.
So they still need a designer because the AI is not going to do that, not yet. Like, there are some platforms that you can do specific things, but they don't know about that yet. But you can do that, and then that reduces your time, so you can live a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to do it. Canva can only go so far, bro. Like, it's okay. It's not the best.
True.
It's okay.
I ain't a big fan, but you know what? If people can use it to their advantage, they can use it to their advantage.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
it's good for like templates and stuff like that. If you got a basic
Just
template.
quick, easy design, and it's like fast food design. That's how I see it. It's like fast food
not
design.
even, man. Don't talk bad about Canva, bro. Canva's raw lit, you know. Canva, come and sponsor the show. Canva, come and sponsor the show.
Ever gonna talk down to it?
Come and back me. I know you got
that
that big check. Come bring that big check
over. We need that Adobe check. Adobe come and sponsor us. Adobe.
Trust me,
You know
we've
what I'm
been
trying to say?
spending big money on there for years.
But like, it's good for someone basic templates and don't want to curate something. Even when you put a video and upload it, it uploads in decent quality. So it's good, man. It has its use case in it.
Yeah.
But going back to AI and being a designer, I think AI is fantastic and it's going to help a lot of creatives, a lot. But it's just how you use it. That's it. And those that need your service have to have a designer. As much as I used a AI platform to help generate some of my my app ideas, I still needed a designer, and I still paid him hella money. I still spent bags to make sure that design got made and looks correct, and then paid developer and paid him hella money. There are platforms that can develop apps as well, and X, Y, and Z, like Bolt.new. If you haven't checked it out, there's Lovable. You can make an app in 24 hours, easy. But once again, you still need a designer and you still need a developer. Design and having a human touch is always going to be necessary.
You need the human brain, you know what I'm saying?
Still necessary. Always going to be necessary.
Yeah, I hear it still. I suppose you need, you're talking about the socket and the plug, that analogy. It's like, if you don't put fuel in the car, it's not going to run.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where the human comes into before AI.
Yeah, 100%. And the human has to put the information in for the AI to give an output.
Yeah.
So it's necessary to have a human touch.
Yeah.
You can't just say, AI, do this, you get me? And even then the person that's putting it in might have an okay idea, but they actually don't know the right prompts or the right creativity to put as an input to get the right output. and it still demands human intervention.
You still need to know. Like I keep saying, not anyone can use it, because people need to know and understand how to even create the correct prompt for the AI to do what it needs to do. If you don't know how to create the correct prompt, then you can type in whatever you like.
Yeah.
But the level of what's going to be the output is not going to be as high as someone who does have the knowledge of creating prompts.
I think as a creative as well, as a creative, you can have an amazing prompt. It all comes down to how much detail you're willing to put into that.
Yeah.
If you think, I want a picture of a car, it's got to be blue, sunset background on the road.
Generic.
Yeah, generic in it. But once again, it comes down to your imagination, like I mentioned previously. If you can visualize, you can create.
Yeah.
And if you think it, you and believe it, it will become. And it's the same thing with AI. It's just doing the exact same thing, but it's instantly like, that's it.
As long as you apply yourself, you'll get results, and that's similar to remember there was a toy box, that whole thing of making people look like they're inside a packaging.
Packaging.
When that went viral, that went around, everyone was doing it because they had the same prompt, but people were changing it. I was even doing it, and I was changing things, make it hyper realistic, do this, take this out, and he was doing it, and I was like, okay, to get something to that level, you need that big prompt.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah. But once again, it's just being specific, bro. It's just specificity. The same thing what you want in your life, and the same thing you want in your bank account, and the same thing you want in your whole lifestyle. Yeah. Like, you need to be specific, otherwise you just ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like, going back to the Nano Banana though, like, there's plugins for Photoshop on it as well. I was watching it an Instagram reel where the man was showing how you can plug it into your Photoshop, and then you obviously put the images in and create your prompt, and then it would just create the whole image for you.
That is mad.
So it's like, this is a new, I do need to test it out and have a play on there still.
Yeah, test it out, because we can speak about that on another episode and show some examples as well.
Yeah, for real.
Definitely.
I think that's something we're going to have to
you can't do that. Can't do that in Canva, just saying. Can't do that in Canva. You get me? Team Adobe around here.
Yeah, for real.
Mad. All right, then. So, besides, like, your tech company and stuff, what, like, obviously, if you don't mind sharing, what other things do you do that have maybe the opportunities came about because of, to do with the things you've learned previously? So, like, what else do you do outside of your tech company?
So, to be honest, I am full-time the tech company, but I'm just full-time that right now. I'm not even going to lie. I've got experience in a lot of things, but some people say, like, a jack of all trades, but you need to know what's happening in all those things, so you know what you're talking about. Because if you don't know what you're talking about, then you don't know what to expect or how to manage people, X, Y, and Z. Like, you need to deep dive in a lot of things, where sometimes I feel to myself, is it necessary to do this, necessary to do that? But in order to lead and build something properly, you need to experience it. And sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's good, and then you come to realize, it's all tough to begin with, but it's not forever. So you just got to keep on going, and then at least when other scenarios come up, you can deal with it, or you've already covered yourself because you've already put things in place and systems and processes in it. The one thing that as creators we fail to do sometimes is the systems and processes side of things. We love the creativity side of things. We like getting paid, but when it comes to putting the processes together, sometimes
you put that to the back in it, like, I'll sort all of that out after. Let me just do this design. But it's like, really, that's more important, because that is the business side. Yeah,
100%. I think so. For example, I've just come up with the content for. I didn't get to show you, but I'll show you the design element for the social media. So like now, I mocked up some 10 out of 10 content, and now I said to a designer, like, listen, can you make sure that this says this, that says that, and this is how the content has to be stacked on top of each other with the video in the background, so it's consistent. So that the marketing guy now, he knows what the playbook is and the process to deliver that.
Videos are fire still, like how it's laid out. That's really good.
But then that's like, it's got to be the same thing for everything. And I think this project and the AI side of things, it's made me realise how important just having solid processes in a business is.
Yeah,
like for you personally, what is your process? Like, let's say for someone in your position that wants to learn, what's the best way to, what type of process works best?
Do it.
What processes would you advise?
So, for example, I say, guys, step one, in whatever you're doing, document what you're doing. So if you are let's just put it in the context of creating a design. Like, let's say this, like the Grids and Guides podcast in the back. So you know that you've got your colours, the hex colours of those different purples, and then you've got your pink and you've got your white. You'd have that on a document, and then so you know that these are your colours, and then you say, okay, this is the gradient that I'm going to use here, and a gradient that I'm going to use there, and my block colour, and probably a little blur in the bottom. So then you can say, this is what each layer looks like and where they're situated. And then from there, I'd say, okay, if I wanted to add a video to that, okay, the opacity has to be down to 80%, 70%. The video in the background needs to be saturated with this type of saturation, contrast, sharpness, and then adding that to the back of that image. And then from there, you know that, okay, before one of our videos goes live on social media, it's going to come up with the Grids and Guides podcast, and then it's going to have a fade out to the actual content in the background. So I'm talking about all of those processes, and I'd write all of it down. So if I need to give that to another designer or videographer, they know the script. That's it.
It's like a style guide in a way. Yeah. That's similar to us when we're doing like how we came to put the logo together. Even like the video editing, I'm heavily involved in doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? And see, like doing the clips and all that kind of stuff. I've created things like layouts, overlays, so you can literally just drag and drop to the right size of the screen. So it's like an easy process. So I could go on holiday, I could give all that stuff to Philly, and he can do it, and it will look the same.
So
do you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that's what you need to do, and then scale.
Yeah.
All you need to do is say, you've got that. That is your process. This is the process. Don't skip anything in that process. You can go and run and go get 10 more clients, and then get more people that have the skill set to do that. And then you just earn on top of everyone that's doing your work. But as a creative, we have such a, not ego or pride that we want to do the work. You don't ever get to scale the business because you're scared that someone might not do it as good as you. But that is your backup to say, okay, this is the process. If it don't look like that, it don't get done. And if you don't do it over a specific time and the content goes out, you're fired. All of these things getting easier to say comes with doing it. Because I found it hard to fire people, I ain't gonna lie. So too much of a nice person to be like, but this person's got to live at X, Y, and Z. But on the flip side, it has to look like that, innit?
Segueing off from what you just said there, what's your experience of like your nightmare client? Have you had a nightmare client?
A client that doesn't know what they want.
I know about them.
Once again, it comes down to visualization. If you know what you want, then you'll get it. But if you don't know what you want, you won't get it. And then there's also people that say, just make what you want, and I know it's going to look good because they've seen your work. And you do give it them, and they love it. And then they don't say no, which is good. But then there's some people that say, I don't like it. But then also the other thing is, as a creative, you got to realize it's art. Subjective. What 100%. Someone might like, someone else won't like, innit? And it's kind of taking your your ego out of it. Because if they're paying in it.
Yeah.
Like you'd unless you'll be paying them to say I like your work. So they're there to pay in it, and they've got to like it. But on the flip side, if that person can't give me information on what it looks like and be very granular with that information, we can't start.
Yeah.
We can't start.
Big facts, because the questions that we're gonna ask to be able to do our job to the highest standard, and you're telling me you don't know.
Exactly.
Like, so what do you want me to do then? Like, it's not my business. Like,
it's a waste of time.
Should know.
It can't work. You're there to provide a service, and that person supposed to say, well, it all comes down to making sure that when you very first speak with that person, you can draw out as much information from them or the content that they've created. Who do you like? What don't you like? Do you like this color? Do you like this logo? Do you like this brand? And sometimes that initial conversation takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might not want to do it because you're busy. But this is why you should up that fee.
Yeah.
Because if you up that fee, then all of that is being accounted for, and then it becomes custom for them. And then from there, they're going to be happy to pay that money because it's custom to them. If you want a bog standard, go on to Fiverr, there's bare people over there. And I don't say anything negative about Fiverr. I've got some good developers and designers on there, 100%. But you can go and get someone for $25 and then get some whack work, or you can pay a little bit more, or pay a lot more and get way better. But I think once again, it's investing in your brand and investing in yourself. But you've got to make sure your systems and processes are in place first before you can do anything. And sometimes it can be frustrating because you want to just get going, but you just need to start correctly in it. You want to get going, and I believe in just going and getting what you need to do, but just don't try and take on too much, because taking on too much will lead you nowhere. Like literally, it will just lead you nowhere.
Burn out as well.
Yeah. I think that's subjective, innit? I think burnout is just something that you don't want to do anymore.
Trust me, when you've gone through it.
Because if you like doing what you're doing, you'll be happy.
You'd be excited.
Yeah, you'd be excited. I just think burnout is like, I've got to a point where I just don't like this no more.
Yeah.
And then you can go back in love with it, but it has to be done in a way that you feel happy in it.
Yep, totally agree, and I've experienced it, so I know exactly about that. But we got time for a question, innit? Will be the question of today. We'll get that question card.
So today's question is: what do you do when a client doesn't like your work?
I probably wouldn't get that, but I've had it. I'd be like, okay, if you don't like the work, that's fine. What is it that is your expectation? I need to know exactly what you want. Because I say it like that, like when I've got a meeting with the clients, I can create things, but you've got to tell me what you want. Because I'm not in your mind, I'm not in your brain. I don't see what you see. I've never been through what you've been through. Yeah. But unless you can show me exactly what you like or something around what you like, I can't create anything for you. I can design anything, but everything is subjective.
I hear that 100. I think with me, it's more like I have to assess whether the whole thing's been a waste of time. Then I have to look back at the information that previously gave me, and that's when I start like picking at it and say, okay, we've went over this and that. This is what you wanted. This is what I've delivered. I like what you were saying. Basically, just getting them to dissect it and say exactly what they want. You get me?
Another thing as well is, as they're talking and saying what you're saying, writing it down and you ticking off everything that they've said in front of them. Because if it's done in front of them, it's like a contract. It's like, oh yeah, you said this, done. This done, this done, and then when it comes to the end product and you've got your task, your to-do list alongside the work that's produced, they can't say that you didn't do what you said you was going to do.
Yeah.
And then I've experienced that previously, where I've over extended myself, but I still delivered because I had to, because I don't want to not make the client happy.
Yeah.
But in that, I gain more clients, and they're more creative with me, because they're like, oh, but you can do this and do that and X, Y, and Z, which is good. But once again, they should be paying more for that service.
Yeah.
Your time is worth way more than the money itself.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. When you can't get time back, you can keep making money.
Yeah.
It's materialistic in a way. But your
Thing
time, you can't
never
get
back, man.
100%.
What would you do?
So one of the things I normally do, if that has happened, again, going back to what we've agreed, what's on the brief, what you've asked for. If you've asked for changes, I normally write them in the email to say, okay, this is what we spoke about. I have them all down in the email. Then if we've gone through that email and I've done all those changes, then it's like, okay, so what is it you don't like? And then it's like, we can either go back to the drawing board, but I'm very clear as if we have to do more changes and this is more time, so this is going to cost more money, because I'm not just going to be doing loads of changes for free.
I think that should be always stated up front. Always
in my statement of work, I have it there.
Yeah.
Any additional changes, costs.
Because, and I think once again, that's people get scared to say that it's going to cost more. But the reality is, it should cost more. Like, whenever have you got more for nothing? Like, that you just don't really get more for nothing. If you do, it's a bonus. You must just be have gratitude for it. But the reality is, it just don't come like that.
It's more time, so it's gonna cost more. It's like it's obvious, isn't it? Like and that's why, like we were saying before, we ask all the questions to know as much information. If you haven't told me certain things or made me aware of certain things, then I can't. There's not much I can really do. I've done everything you've asked me to do.
Yeah, 100.
And I think when you got someone that's spending money, they'll be detailed. When you've got people that haven't got money or tougher to deal with, because they expect the world for the change that they're giving. So you're getting a different type of person, and that's not a bad thing for startups or people that are new. It's just, it allows them to go away and say, like, listen, I need to be very specific what I'm giving this person if I'm going to spend more money with this person. And the expectation of getting it correct is better. And then you have more time and resources to make a better product as well.
Big fact. It's
100,
true.
100. You know what it is, though? This has been the proper interesting. I can't even think of the word. I've even learnt stuff that I'm experiencing right now that you've just referenced and spoke about, and you've even solved certain little issues that I'm thinking of. You know what I'm trying to say? So hopefully, well, not hopefully, when this goes out, this is going to enlighten a lot of people and help people with the situations that they're in as designers or just entrepreneurs like yourself. But based on the time and stuff, I'd love to speak to you a bit more, but you know, we've all got things to do. Wish you all the best with your future ventures, whatever you do, because I know you'll keep going and doing other things. You're not just someone who had been sitting behind our camera. You get me? It's good that everyone's been able to see your side and hear about your journey and how you've came into doing what you're doing. So we're going to wrap this one up today. Anyone that does, you got something to say?
I'm going to say, before we wrap it up, the one question that we like to ask most of our guests: what's the one guide you would give to creatives coming up to be creative entrepreneurs like yourself?
That's a very good question. Very good question. I would say to take every step. Like, just make sure you keep on taking a step every day. Just make progress every day. Because sometimes in your journey, you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Sometimes you feel like, I should have this money and I should have that and I should have a team and this is going wrong and I'm putting out fires and X, Y, and Z. But just look at it as just learning, because God's not going to give you what you're not ready for. Like, you have to go through things, and you need to experience things in order to be a leader, in order to have what you want, or a lifestyle that you want. You're going to be tested. So just keep on going every single day, whether it's small or if it's a large step. Just keep going and visualize it as well. Visualize what you want, because it's imperative that you know what you want. Otherwise, you're going to get anything.
Yeah.
And you don't want anything. You want what you want.
It's true. It's true. If you don't move, you won't travel, innit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, anything else you want to cover? All right, then, yeah. We'll continue to wrap up. Now, it's cool. It's good, though, because all this information is proper enlightening and stuff, you get me? But, yeah, we are going to wrap up because, unfortunately, we've got things to do. And, yeah, it's one of them ones. But, yeah, sponsors as well. Big up Jenna's Kitchen for their Jenna Juice all the time, every time that we are asked to, you know, advertise that. If anybody does want to, you know, sponsor an episode or advertise their business on our podcast, just message us on the email below the screen now. Make sure you like and subscribe. Catch us on all the social media platforms. And yeah, thank you for watching and returning as well. And yeah, look out for more episodes from myself and Designer Philly. We're out.